Morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke with Reverend Yutaka Yamada. Today is Wednesday, the 9th of February, or the 9th of January in the 10th year of Chongal Guk. Let's begin by offering a bow to our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. Kyombe, Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English. Thank you.
가족맨세 3. 전일국 주인, 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 반조건을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 3. Our family, the owner of Chongal pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingships, and the realm of the royal family by centering on true love. I'd like to ask Chris Bruce if you could offer the opening prayer, please.
Chris Bruce is not here.
Oh, how about Debbie?
Okay. Morning, Heavenly Parents. We gather here this morning, all brothers and sisters. We thank you so much for letting us be able to participate in your providence at this time. We know that our true mother is really working so hard and can't imagine the sacrifices that she makes. But Heavenly Parents, we pray that we can really go forward and make unity between North and South Korea. And we know that if that can be accomplished, then this whole world can be changed around. Thank you so much for your love and your guidance. And we know that you're always with us. And we offer this prayer to you in the name of Chris and Debbie Bruce of the Central Blessed Family. Aju.
Aju. Thank you. And let's give a warm welcome to Reverend Yutaka as he shares this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining this morning from the K. Today also the beautiful morning. Let's put our sincere devotion and heart to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. So yesterday, what kind of day it was? Yesterday, maybe many people send the message each others. So yesterday was the anniversary of 1,800 blessed couple, right? So yesterday was really also historical important day. So I prepared this one. February 8, 1975, 1,800 couple holy marriage blessing. True Parents blessed 1,800 couples, technically 1,801 in what the Guinness Book of World Records then recorded as the largest mass wedding in history on February 8, 1975. The ceremony, conducted in Seoul's Chanchun Gymnasium, brought together couples from 25 nations, including 891 couples from Korea, 797 from Japan, 76 from the United States, 35 from European countries, and 2 from the Republic of China. Over 10,000 guests witnessed the event, after which couple boarded 94 sightseeing buses for a parade through the streets of Seoul. True Parents blessed the 1,800 couples 14 years after their holy wedding blessing in 1960. It closed out the second 7 year of our national level course and opened the way to the Unification Church's international work. Some 300 members from the 1,800 couples went out to 123 nations as foreign missionaries, pioneering the worldwide providence. True Father noted that 1,800 represents 3 times 6 equaling 18, or the complete subjugation of the satanic number 6. The 1,800 couples, he said, represent all humankind. Upon their blessing, he declared, we enter the age to embrace the world. So this is the meaning of 1,800 couple blessing. So who are this blessing period? Reverend Tanaka and maybe Reverend Ito also? Is there others? So 1975, maybe many people are not yet in the movement. So anyway, 1975, Father organized the blessing. So this time also many international couple joined together. So before this blessing, 777 couple time, maybe number is little bit, mainly Korean and another our Mr. Alai or several couples. The next is 1,800 couple, and almost those couple are sent as the missionary to the overseas. So we could see. So anyway, let's celebrate 1,800 couple blessing anniversary. So congratulations this day. Please send the message to them. Okay. So I will show this one. So now finally, our World Summit will begin. Tomorrow evening, there is the evening banquet, and also official event will be start from February 11. So time was really so fast. We are always thinking and talking about World Summit, but already World Summit will be beginning now. So in Korean situation, current head of states looks like they could get the waiving of quarantine, but formal head of states, formal prime minister, president, or those top leader, they could not get the quarantine of waiver, a waiver of the quarantine. That's why even many formal president or first lady, they are preparing to go to Korea, but because of this, many people could not go to Korea. So this is really challenging situation. Our Fiji also, and Philippines, the former President Arroyo, almost she was preparing to, she are ready to go to Korea, because I heard she is close with Honorable Hun Sen, so she also accepted the invitation from Prime Minister Hun Sen to go to Korea. But because of this waiver over quarantine, she could not go. So almost the event will start from tomorrow, but until last minute, many things is not settled down. So really this World Summit this time is really challenging. So we could see until last minute, many confusion, kind of the really battle, spiritual battle, God's side or Satan's side, or even the political side, even COVID cases, many things really mixing together, centering Korean Peninsula. So even those situations, but Mother strongly lead the providence in order to fulfill heavenly unified Korea. So really this time important period, we should put the Johnson and heart to success this World Summit. So this is really important period. So I will show the photo. So opening ceremony start from February 11, 9:30 a.m. Korean time. So this is start from the day after tomorrow. So we will organize this one, opening ceremony. Then also opening session this afternoon, several guests will start to speak this opening session. And opening special performance. And the special banquet will be held. So these things, February 11. So this is the February 12th, the World Summit, the 5th Sonhak Peace Prize Award ceremony. So this will be prepared February 12th. And also breakout session, all leader join together in the separate group, then they will have the breakout session. And February 13, Summit for Peace on the Korean Peninsula Assembly. So it will be held on February 13, Sunday. I think this is maybe 1 million rally. So it will be held next Sunday. And even next Monday, February 14, there is also additional Think Tank 2022 forum. So until Monday, there will be event. So really, this all Providence is focusing this World Summit and also centering on Trimada. So this is the flyer toward peace on the Korean Peninsula, and 1 million rally will be held. So many top leaders will join together. So our brothers and sisters, please also register this World Summit. So each session you can choose and you can watch through, I think, website or Peace link. Maybe you can go to this registration link, then you can choose which session you want to join. So maybe you can join, you can check, you will join everything. Then depends on your time availability, you can see one by one. But I hope everyone, please, let's focus together to be there and watch together and attend together. So this is the World Summit. Start from tomorrow evening, but officially it will be broadcasted on this Friday, February 11. So this time, really many people are invited. Then many people are going to Korea. So if there was no COVID and all people could go to Korea by invitation of Trimada, how much this impact was strong or big. So Prime Minister Hun Sen and also Honorable Pan Ki-moon are co-chairman to organize this World Summit. So because of their initiative, now the connection is going to China or Russia and even the old nation of 153 in the world, which are connected with North and South Korea. So actually, those leaders who are invited and who are accepted, they are really have a strong influence, even current society. So really we have to pray those events will be going well, smoothly, and surely next time we can also organize again with physical invitation to focus unification between North and South Korea. So this time physical and the virtual going together. So really we have to make it and success and offer together. So this event will be held from tomorrow, and in the same time the presidential election in Korea will be held March 9th. So really this 1 month time period is big, important moment for future of Korean Peninsula. Let's pray together. Okay, so we will do that from the faith. Yesterday was Anshil. So Reverend Seti gave the beautiful message, right? So Reverend Seti gave the message about true parents' way of witnessing and pastoral care. So witnessing is important. Now is the beginning of year 2022. So we open the year, how we can witness. And now also the second year of the seven-year course toward 2027. So during this time period, what kind of things we should fulfill? Trimada proclaimed that we should restore 1/3 of population of the world, and also 13 sub-regions among 39 sub-regions in the world. So we have to restore this sub-region. How about Oceania? Surely Oceania should be one of the 13 sub-regions in the world to be restored before 2027. That's why we have to prepare how to witness and how to guide the people, nation, and also our region. So Reverend Seti shared several messages: innovate and renew ourselves, purity and standard of heart and desire, upgrade our attitude to witnessing, and also learn to parents witnessing tradition. So we can learn and we can think again about the witnessing. Our Jesus showed us how to treat our brother and sisters. We have to attend them. Even also tribe also same, our neighbors also same. And our true mother, true father show us how to meet, how to attend, and how to really guide and support our brother and sisters. So important things is really our attitude, our chonson, and our true love. So we will approach the people, even our brothers and sisters, our blessed families, and our community and our peoples. So now Trumada is really showing the way to create a project toward VIP side, family side, and youth side, in kindergarten side, society side. We will conduct together with our three parents, and we can fulfill this. Then fulfill witnessing this year 2022. So anyway, thank you our Reverend Seti to share the great message yesterday. So let's see today also Trumada's anthology global unity through true parents. So now we are talking about Trumada's anthology. Mother is sharing her younger time stories. So heaven's involvement. So each moment we could see heavenly parents, God, Heavenly Father is guiding us, guiding Trumada. So we could see that when Trumada was facing challenging in North Korea and even Seoul in the World War, the Korean War time, God guided Trumada. God guided Uncle Hon Sun-jeon. So who can prepare Uncle Hon Sun-jeon? Really heaven prepared this person. So at the most difficult moment, God sent Uncle Hon Sun-jeon by military car to pick them up, to let them escape from the challenging environment. So each moment, really God is guiding, and really Trumada could overcome all the situation and to be the only to get the blessing with our true fathers. So when we see our lives, we could see also there are many heaven's involvement and heaven's preparation. Can you feel that God is involving a lot in your life, and God is preparing for your life many times, even from the long time ago. So last time we mentioned about Dr. Joshinta's preparation, presentation, many photo or many document, right? That was really great. We could see that. So when we see our life, we could find God's involvement. So last time True Father mentioned to all blessed families, you have to prepare your own the autobiography, or people have to prepare the autobiography, Father said. That's why especially our 72 couple, elder couple, they seriously prepare. So when we see the elder couple, especially 72 couple, those leader is seriously prepare this own autobiography, and they are now publishing one by one. So when we see our life is actually the beautiful God's story, which God had prepared for us. That's why your story is the beautiful God's story, and your brother and sister's story is actually also one of the part of God's story. So there are many stories before and now, and still we will create the new beautiful story in your life, right? That's why even every day is not easy, but even once a month, you can write down your history. And even once a year, you can arrange your history, your life, what was happened today, what was happened this month, what was happened this year. So last month we discussed about the 10 great news. So if even you found the 10 great news a year, so last year 2021 you prepared the 10 great news in 2021. If you continue every day, every year, so if you prepare 10 great news for 10 years, how many great news or history or story you can get? 10 years, you can have already 100 great news for your life, right? If you are already 60 years old, you prepare 10 great news a year for 60 years. How many news you can have? Already 600 great news you can have. So if you can create like this, no need to worry to write down about your autobiography. So you have many experience with your parents, many experience in the Providence side. So you can write down, even you don't have photo, even you don't have document, but if you have a create news, really you can prepare that. So how we can find the God's involvement in our life, this really important things. So let's see the mother's autobiography. What we see today with our own eyes is not everything. Tracing back to 1950, it was the year the Korean Civil War broke out. South Koreans were pushed all the way to the southern end of the peninsula, and only through the help of the UN troops were they able to move northward again, in the process of which the entire nation came to lie in ruins. You have no idea how difficult the lives of the general public became then. Most of them could not even manage one meal a day. That was how dismal the circumstances were. So Mother is mentioning about Korean Civil War at that moment. So when we see the Korean War, this war was not happen only in the borderline between two nations. In the World War, Korean War time, almost one moment, North Korea attacked to South Korea and almost to cover until the end of the South Korean land. So that much North Korea invaded and dominated the whole land of South Korea. So South Korean group was almost losing that moment. So when we see this is history or story, what kind of things we can imagine? North Korean army came until the last place of South Korea, meaning is all area were dominated and occupied. So many South Korean people were killed, or many similar situations were happened at moment. People lost the land, people lost even their life and property or everything. So really, that Korean War was serious and really miserable situation. At the time, it was not yet 100 years since Christianity had been first introduced into Korea. So the nation mostly followed Confucianism or Buddhism. Therefore, there were many Buddhist monks. One day, one such monk saw me and asked Temonim, "Is this your daughter?" When she answered yes, he told her, "She is a daughter worth more than 10 sons, so raise her well." He also added, "Your daughter will get married when she is young to a man much older than her, but he will have the ability to dominate the land, sea, and air." So Tirimada received those messages from the monk, kind of the liberation, right? That time Tirimada was really young. Maybe she doesn't know what's happening in the future. She doesn't know who will be her spouse, but already she was receiving those messages which heaven prepared already. When I think about those words, I am deeply moved in my heart. But 50 years ago, I could not even imagine what that meant and only thought that it would be more difficult than plucking a star from heaven. The prophecy made by a monk who was passing us by, however, has come true. So Mother gave this speech in 2007. So this speech and this story was happened before through Mother's holy wedding time, right? So that time through Mother was very young time. So when we see now through Mother get the blessing with through Father, holy wedding blessing, and when we see our Father's character or Father's nature, really prophecy had been fulfilled. So when we see the history of Korea, what kind of history they spent as the Korean people. So before division between North and South Korea, and even after division between North and South Korea, their Korean people were facing and passing through many serious or painful situations. So South Korea, Mother is really investing in order to fulfill unification between North and South Korea, and the Korean people is really supporting our Korean brothers and sisters, and blessed families is supporting Mother. But we have to also imagine the people in North Korea. Sometimes we listen and we saw the newspaper or news from about North Korea, right? How about the North Korean people's situation? They are actually also the chosen people by God. But now North Korean people are really serious life they have. They don't have a food, and even middle of a winter time, they don't have also electricity, and they cannot have a happy family. You know, in even each family, they have to, observe or checking every time, because government gave the direction to each family members. You have to check your father, you have to check your mother, you have to check your neighbors. If they say something, immediately government come and catch them and put into the prison. So this is the North Korea situation. And even no food, no electricity, no educational things, maybe they cannot find whatever they want. So when we see the North Korean people's life, how they can discuss to create either family, how they can plan for own children's future, or dream, or really wish for the happy family or happy society, even they cannot think, even they cannot plan, because so much controlled under these circumstances. That's why we have to recognize and realize, even in the current era, some people is living under those circumstances. So Mother is really initiating to fulfill unification between North and South Korea. So these things is not only just a story in Korea. They are also our brothers and sisters and our family members. They are suffering now. Maybe also not only North Korea, maybe some place in the world also. So how we can fulfill this one? Through fulfilling the unification between North and South Korea, this become the hope of the world and the key of the world to unite more. That's why Mother is initiating now this movement. So from tomorrow, this World Summit, and continuously this providence is going on between North and South Korea. So we will pray again and imagine again those our suffering person in North Korea, and let's support well. So this is really providence, and Mother also today sharing those message in through Mother's anthology. So we can once again recognize Mother's investment and Mother's life itself, and also our Heavenly Parents' guidance. So today also let's see our Cheonseongyung word. So in Cheonsongyeon side, the Father is mentioning about meeting with God, how we can meet God, how we can know God, how we can experience God. This is really important in our lives. So God is the artistic God. God is the personal God. God have a same nature with us. We are having the same nature with God. So that's why we can meet God. So last time I asked you your experience. Some of you had the beautiful experience with God or artistic experience with God already. If you have those kind of meeting with God, then you don't need to receive those explanation about God already, right? Because you met God. But if you don't meet God, how we can learn, how we can meet, how we can experience. This is also the next process. God is our parents. That's why God will guide us to the most beautiful, precious, and happiness place. So this is God as the parents. So we read this. God as the subject being has his own love and his own rules of conduct. Accordingly, human beings should possess this love and uphold rules of conduct appropriate to bring his object partners. It makes no sense to believe that human rules of conduct, morals, and heart exist, but divine rules of conduct, morals, and heart do not. So we have to understand the heaven's heart. We have to live also for heaven. This is the way of living for God. The I Ching says, I Ching, I'm not sure, this is Chinese book, right? I Ching says, the cycle of change is the law of heaven. Benevolence, righteousness, propriety, and wisdom are supreme in human nature, showing that benevolence, righteousness, propriety, and wisdom are important. The I Ching explains the constant changes in nature, the cycle of the seasons, and the cycle path of change in the universe. But it makes no mention of a personal God. Further, the book explains the law of yin and yang in the natural world, but falls short with respect to love, lineage, and perfection. It does not explain the being who, while existing as the harmonization of subject and object partners and of internal character and external form, brings east, west, north, and south into balance. That's why many philosophical person, religious person, they try to find the root of people or starting point of the universe in the principle. That's why many people are discovered, and also they are sharing the many message. But when we see that those Chinese or Buddhist or some religion, they found some kind of the source of the original being, but many people could not find. God is the personal God. God has the nature. God has heart. That's why even they try to find or discover the starting point or origin of the universe. There is the limitation. So if we know clearly, if those people know clearly, God has the personality, God have the nature or heart, then maybe their result or their analysis will be different. So when we see the society or nature, we could see many kind of animal or plants. I prepare some photo. You could see this one. So this is the nature, flowers. And also you could see the red one like lips, right? So when we see those things, if we don't recognize God is our parents, God has the heart, God have a personality. If we don't recognize, then what do we think? Well, maybe accidentally this nature was happens. Maybe somehow looks like similar, but maybe accidentally this flower is showing us. But if we recognize God is our parents, God have a personality, God have a nature, intellect, emotion, and will, God really love our human beings. If we know clearly about God, and we saw those plant or animal, how we will feel. Ah, Heavenly Parents, thank you. You create this one for us. Some try to make us happy, right? You can see this lip. You can see this kind of the shape of the people. So how we can understand the nature of God or existence of God, then we can find how God love us, invest us, and try to let us smile. So even I think there are many photos I cannot find. Maybe you saw many times in the website. There is special plant or animal. That's why if you can find, actually this is really disappear. Interesting. So when we find one by one through the nature, through the animal, even through the people, then we can recognize how much God is loving us, how much God is thinking us, embracing us, even doesn't show directly, doesn't talk directly. So Father is continuously mentioning who is God, what is the nature of God, and God is our parents, and God and ourselves is the relationship between parents and child. So Mother is mentioning her story in the younger time, how God is involving her life. And also Father is mentioning about the nature of God. That's why through our life, we also can find that God's involvement and God's approaching and also God's embracement to each of us. Today, we will start a new day. Surely, God's heart is together with us, and God is looking for us. God is embracing us, and God is wishing us some special things. So, through having the beautiful day, let's find the God's heart. Let's really return the happiness, return the beauty to our Heavenly Parents, and let's also create and go forward that great moment. So today, we really appreciate to join and have a Fundoke together. Thank you very much once again for everyone. Let's have a great time. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Yutaka, for sharing with us these Hundoke this morning and really update us with everything that's happening, especially with the summit happening, beginning very soon, and we pray that it does go very successfully. We know it just shows how important this particular event really is, that it's being affected so strongly by so many external forces that are trying to prevent it from happening. But it's going to happen, and it will be a great success, and we're lucky to have the internet to be able to view it worldwide. And so I'm really thinking that the event really ushers in the change in Korea, that it becomes the united and centered upon our true mother, and really has the constitution of heaven installed. Just reflecting how always when something good is about to happen, that it always seems to have so many roadblocks in the way. And I think it's amazing that just in the last moment they waived the quarantine so that they can, at least the very presidents and prime ministers can attend. I'm really excited about that happening. And I was also reflecting about, experiencing God every day, every moment. And I remember many precious moments where God touched my life. And but then I also realized that it's still so much of the time is not really one with God. And trying to regain that urgency to experience God each day, to look for God in everything. I mean, Reverend Yutaka is showing those photos of all the different images of the creation, how they look like people, male and female, and the insects, and how they look like that. So sometimes I wonder if some of those pictures are photoshopped to enhance how they look. But I have found my own quite amazing images. I mean, I often just I don't know why I do it, but often when I'm in a private place, I look at the patterns and of things around me. I look at the tiles, I look at the carpet, and I will actually go looking for shapes that I recognize, like faces or animals, or I'd see a dragon, or I'll see something, and I'm always surprised that I always see something that I can recognize, and I always sort of have a bit of a laugh, thinking how God places so many little things, so many small details, just to connect with us, and that we need to see everything with fresh eyes, and to see everything as really an expression of God's love to us. And so I was just reflecting about that, and reflecting that God has put so many small details and small little things around. So surely all of the small details have been put in place so that this year really is the year of victory. So just reflecting on those, and thank you everyone, and open it up to others to share. Thank you. Yes, Reverita, go ahead.
Okay.
And then after
thank you so much. Every time Reverend Yutaka introduce us so deep insight about true father, true mother. And just I tell you that yesterday was 1800 couple blessing anniversary, the 47th anniversary yesterday. And in this Oceania, Reverend Tanaka in Australia, and Mrs. Kawakubo in Solomon Island, missionary, and Yamazaki, Mrs. Yamazaki in Palau, and Mr. Date is the first missionary to Nauru. Mr. Date is actually in the 20 years in Pantanal. Actually, he is a critical situation of COVID recently. He was hospitalized in Asunción in Paraguay, and his wife is just now prepared to fly to her husband because he is in coma situation. Please pray for him. And because of also some few surrounding also National Messiah in that place also doubt to be Corona, COVID. And anyway, this is just I tell you 800 couple blessing anniversary. Something also this is February, and right after Father dispatched to the 120 nations as a missionary, first missionary. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reverita. Yeah, thank you. Yes, go ahead, Jacinta.
Yeah, I was really happy to see the symbol of the yin and yang and you know, you're saying it is a talking about the book of changes, and I really feel it had such a massively good influence over the Western world that we can feel like everything changes and it's okay. And you know, because it seems like, I don't know, I feel like so insecure sometimes that, you know, maybe I won't have enough money to do this, or, you know, worrying about physical things. But the law of heaven is, don't worry, just, you know, be grateful for what you have. And then next, you know, whatever happens, it's okay. You know, you don't have to freak out and get insecure. And honestly, I feel like such an important issue for today that we really embrace that Oriental philosophy of everything's okay, and we just be grateful and like let it go, let it flow, you know, like just like that movie for the kids. I mean, it's just so fabulous. And that's something that the Chinese also, you know, through those stories of Lao Tzu where, you know, people worry about their horse dying or something, and then the sage says, oh, don't worry. Anyway, I can't remember all the stories, but there's some really good stories about how change is really good, and we should never get upset if something happens, because in the next minute something else completely opposite is going to happen, and then, you know, you don't worry so much. And I love that. Anyway, just going on.
Thank you, Jacinta. Thank you. Yes, go ahead, Rex.
Good morning. I'm not sure, Uncle John, if you were informed Reverend Arnold's stepfather passed away. Yesterday was a burial. And so he was very supportive to our organization in every small job, like, because he was an electrician. So he passed away because of this COVID situation, the Solomon COVID regulation. You could not be able to go attend him physically, but the burial took part yesterday. Just the restrictions say only 5 people can attend all this, so that what happened. Yeah, it was very sad, but he just passed away. Not because of COVID, just normal sick. So, yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Rex. Thank you for sharing that with us. Wow. Yeah, we never know when someone's going to pass. Yeah, sure. We've got Jeff Fires and then Reverend Stone. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, we never know when someone's going to pass. I had been attending quite a big church just nearby my house, and approached the minister a few times. So really a new age church with a lot of youth. And just last Sunday, one of the senior pastors, a lady, young lady, probably 45 or 50 years old, 30 years old was she? 30 years old lady with husband. Anyway, just during their Sunday service, about 10:30, a door in the church fell over on her and she died. Anyway, we never know when we're going to pass. This is just up the road from me, you know, where I've been attending that church, just sort of make an outreach to them. They are a church that really wanted to work with other churches. And yeah, anyway, maybe there's some good fortune going to come of that. Lao Tzu might have some spin on that for Jacinta. Yeah, anyway, yeah, lots of things are happening. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Go ahead, Greg. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just with regard to the 1800 couple blessing anniversary yesterday, we have 2 1800 couples here in Sydney. One is Reverend Kim Hyung-kun and his family, and the other is Mamiko Radley. Yeah, so they're all 1800 couples. They're both in Sydney. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Yeah, that's true. We've got a couple of minutes, so time for one more person to share. Yes, Mr. Wright, go ahead.
Yes, and congratulations to 1800 couple, and also sending a prayer to Arnold's father. And just I bit late to join because this morning I had a car accident. It's some big truck. It's hitting my back and crashed. So I was lucky to to join here. And anyway, really, we pray for World Summit because not easy. It is incredible to organize. And I had Hun Sen already there. He's going to meet President Moon and also all over. Then I'm really, it's looking for the presidential election. It's past a few months, government's candidate, its website was very strong. And I thought, oh, he's going to be elected. But just 1 week ago, suddenly changed. Opposition candidate, I think, who is our favorite. It dramatically, he came to this throne. And really, it's, I thought, this kind of event, I thought not so much affected, but never know. And so much, I think, battle, it's going on. Spiritually, many things. And anyway, I think some people sacrificed. I was lucky to today and escape. And but anyway, I think thank you everyone for attending and prayer. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Rai. Wow. I hope everything is okay, and we have many things happening, and it's now time for us to offer our unison prayer. Praying for everyone's safety, our two mothers' safety. This is really a time where we need to really embrace each other, to really pray for the providence and to make sure that our heart is in always focused to heaven. So I'll just share the screen and we can offer our unison prayer. Arju, Arju, Arju. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day, and let's always do our best. Thank you. Have a great day.
What did I?